AITA for losing it on my husband for lying about an emergency to get me to leave my brother's wedding early. My husband has been sick for a few days. He got sick around the time of my brother's wedding. I took care of him 24 hours for days. He's on meds and can move and go to the bathroom and eat on his own. I told him I was going to my brother's wedding, and he threw a fit saying I couldn't leave him alone while he's sick. I told him he was not that sick, it's just some stomach that he's getting treatment for, and suggested he call his sister to come stay with him. He said no and told me to miss it. I got upset and bluntly said no, and that he could survive for a few hours while I attend the wedding. He sulked, and as I was leaving, he said he hoped I won't ever come back. It hurt my feelings, but I know he was just mad and didn't mean it. At the wedding, I got a text from him saying he lost balance and fell off the stairs and hurt his back. He said he was in a lot of pain, he threw up and couldn't move, and insisted I get home ASAP. I freaked out and started calling his phone, but he didn't answer. I thought he must have passed out, and I freaked out even more. I got in my car and drove back to our house immediately. When I got home, I rushed towards the stairs while calling out his name, but he wasn't there. I started to really freak out. I rushed into the bedroom and found him in bed drinking juice, and soon as he saw me he put the phone down. I instantly knew he lied, so I lost it on him and started yelling, saying he freaked me out and caused me to miss my brother's wedding for nothing. Absolutely nothing. He said that he already told me I couldn't leave him alone in the house, and that this very scenario could have happened if I stayed there any longer. I yelled at him, calling him horrible, which made him cry. He started crying and throwing his juice all over the place. I had to step out and call his sister thinking she'd come help, but she came and started cussing me out, saying I had a lot of nerve, expecting her to back me up after I so carelessly left her brother alone at the house in that state just to attend a party. We got into an argument and I went to stag with my family. My brother understood WHR and I explained the situation to him. My husband and I haven't seen each other since then, but his sister kept saying I had no right to scream at her brother and cause him a panic attack, and said that he at least was clear with me from the start, but I chose to be dismissive. NTA, he lied, he's manipulative, and he's borderline abusive. The only reason to go back to that house should be to collect your belongings. This isn't even borderline, he was abusive to her. That behavior is a hell no and means it's time to get out. NTA for saying you can't go to the wedding, for saying he hopes you don't come back after going to the wedding, for lying, causing you stress, and forcing you to leave the wedding for him to carry on, and throwing juice like he's a toddler who can't use his words, for poisoning the well by obviously shit-talking you to his sister. GTFO. You're better than this madness. NTA, he's manipulative and grossly childish. Please think about leaving someone who is trying to separate you from your family. NTA, but if this event were to have happened and he had fallen like he claimed, call the paramedics right away. It's expensive, but if he had fallen like he said he did, and with what he described that you tried to move him, you could potentially paralyze someone. Also, not knowing the condition of the other party and driving over is risky. In this situation, I'm really glad you didn't call the paramedics, because Bill, he lied and would have wasted a resource. There are sometimes fines as a result of this. This is some serious piss-baby attitude on his part. I'm sorry you missed your brother's marriage op. NTA. But I really need you to see that this was abusive. He was telling you that he would not put in the work so that you could go and see your family. He then lied and pretended he was in danger to get you away from your family because he didn't want you there. He wanted you with him. No, you weren't dismissive at all, but you need to stop talking with this guy. He's going to keep trying to pretend that he's a victim and that you're the perp, so that he can trick you into apologizing and then getting back together with him. Stay with your family and then go and collect your stuff at some point. Pretending that he was in mortal danger to get you to leave your brother's wedding is absolutely a place of marriage should end on. Not to mention him then throwing shit around when you confronted him. AITA for refusing to let my sister's boyfriend have the password to her safe while she's away. IF22 am currently staying with my eldest sister, Natalie, F32 and her boyfriend, Mika, M36, as I finish my semester in college. Natalie has a safe of all her valuable jewelry and other antiques that she keeps in a safe. Since some of the stuff she has is from our grandmother, she let me have the password to be able to access the safe anytime I wanted, but under the condition that I tell her first and not give the password to anybody else. She went away on a trip with her girlfriends 2 days ago and won't be back till Wednesday. This morning as I was cleaning up, Mika showed up and started asking me questions about the safe. I tried to give him one-word answers, and he sensed that I was being secretive, but really I was just being straightforward. He then asked me to give him the password to the safe. I was taken aback. I said why, and he said that he has always been curious about what's in there and wanted to get a quick peek. I said I didn't have it, but he told me to quit lying because he heard Natalie say that I could open the safe anytime I wanted. I told him that still, it's not my property and I can't share the password with him. He said it was really not that big deal, but I politely told him no. He got upset and reminded me who he is to Natalie and how I was just a guest in their house. I said that being a guest is completely irrelevant in this case, but he chuckled and said that I was being ridiculous. I suggested he wait for Natalie to come home, but he got more upset and said that she's already refused to let him take a look. I shrugged and said that it was not my problem. We got into an argument and I tried calling Natalie, but her phone's been off for hours. He yelled at me saying I was disrespecting at his own home and rushed out. I'm home alone now and feel completely shaken because of how he yelled at me. I'm an awkward person with little to non-confrontational abilities, and now I think I might have escalated the situation and made him feel upset, and as if I don't trust his word when he said it'd just be a minute. AITA for standing my ground on this? Should I just let him have it if he gets back and asks for it? NTA. And tell your sister immediately him trying to do it behind her back, the pressure he put on you, and that he scared you. It's all incredibly inappropriate for a 36-year-old man to try and bully his partner's younger sister while alone in the house, never mind to access a safe full of valuables his partner does not trust him with. AITA, thank you for the awards. Tell your sister. Tell her everything, from trying to get the password to yelling at you. Everything. If your sister wanted him to have access to it, she would have given it to him. Do not give him the password. Ever. There is a reason your sister hasn't allowed him to even peek into the safe. NTA. No one just wants a peek inside a safe. Report this to your sister, as he may try social engineering to get access. You do the right thing. If anything, tell her to change the password immediately. NTA. There was another story just like this in the past year. A boyfriend wanting the password to his GF's locked safe of jewels. I think she was a jeweler. You should warn your sister and stand your ground against the BF. NTA, but please tell your sister what happened. That's a huge red flag. Yes, this. And do not breeze over how he made you feel, comes across threatening here. He is demonstrating why he doesn't already have access. NTA. Clearly there is some reason Natalie has already refused to show him what's in the safe, and you would be if you went behind her back and let him look anyway. This sounds like a really uncomfortable situation, but you're doing the right thing by not opening it. You should probably also tell Natalie about this weird encounter also when she returns. Not Probably. Definitely. This is a deal-breaker red flag. Can't trust him with money, can't trust him with kids, can't trust him at all. Relationship over. If only Natalie knew. Definitely the sister needs to know what happened and how he made Op feel. NTA. NTA. Do not give him the password. He's completely crossing a line. If Natalie wanted him to see what was in the safe, she would have shown him herself. The fact that he doesn't have the password and is trying to be sneaky about it while she is away is very telling. He is violating her trust and trying to push you into violating her trust also. At this point, you just need to tell him this is between Natalie and him, and he needs to go through her, not you. Be sure to tell Natalie as soon as possible about what he did and said to you. NTA. Natalie already refused him. You're a good sister to protect her interest. No is a complete sentence. If he approaches you again, just say no. Don't engage. Just repeat, no.